I may have been born in the mid-1990s, but I still like 80s things. Like 80s films, 80s music, 80s styles, to a point that is. And I also like the director Joel Schumacher. I thought that he did some good and some bad. St. Elmo's Fire is a pretty bad film, if I'm being really honest. Now, I know that this didn't receive critical acclaim when it came out. It is rated as being one of the lower Brat Pack films. I was just surprised at how shallow everything was, how obnoxious these brats were. So, the movie, as an ensemble piece of 80s Brat Packers, it's nice seeing them, and also the title song "Man in Motion," St. Elmo's Fire by John Parr. That's a really I love that song dearly. Okay, so you only have kind of two good things going on with the film. You have a bunch of talented people in the cast, and you have the John Parr song. Other than that, almost everything else that this movie has going for it is just bad. The movie deals with a group of these recent college graduates, and they're trying to navigate through life in early adulthood. They'll have different jobs that they're trying to be happy with. They're all pretty immature. They're all trying to just make the best of things, but adulthood, it can get ugly at times. So that doesn't really sound too bad, but it's ultimately the way that everything is handled that is really like, seriously. Some of them have different social problems, I guess you could say. None of our characters are likable. None of our characters are sympathetic. There should be some, at least a little bit of rooting interest, at least to develop the characters a little bit deeper than if they weren't totally likable in the first place. And at least make the characters learn something. Give them morals, give them life lessons, but throughout the whole movie, it's just a bunch of these shallow, obnoxious people with making life miserable for themselves, and we don't like them, we don't care about them. The most that happens in the film is we wait for the characters to learn something. We wait for the characters to get a comeuppance. And that's ultimately the only reason I didn't turn this film off. It's just because I was waiting, I was wanting the characters to learn something. And because you have all these likable actors and actresses together, you'd figure, you know what? I hope Emilio Estevez learns his lesson. I hope Rob Lowe becomes likable, but it doesn't end up happening. You have all these stupid, shallow, obnoxious characters that we kind of grow to hate more and more as the movie goes on. They're like there's Judd Nelson, who we think is good right away. We think that he's the best character of the movie right away, but he eventually becomes a big a-hole. Yeah, Rob Lowe, who is single-handedly the worst character in the entire film. And even if you are a fan of St. Elmo's Fire, you'll end up hating Rob Lowe's character. It's just Ali Sheedy that I thought was the only one that could that provided at least some sort of rooting factor, some character that I could identify with, some character that I really wanted to come out on top. But all these characters were just so dumb, and some of them were even laughable too. Like Emilio Estevez's subplot. I know a lot of people didn't like Emilio's subplot either. His subplot was actually pretty funny the way that it was executed. He has this crush on Andy McDowell, but the way that it's handled, I just laughed at it the whole time. So, yeah, St. Elmo's Fire, it's a pretty bad film. Joel Schumacher ended up topping himself way more in films to come. And he also ended up having new lows after St. Elmo's Fire. But, the way it stands right now, I do think that it's one of the worst Brat Pack films and one of the worst films in 1985. So I'm going to give St. Elmo's Fire from 1985 1.5 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.